Hey everyone, Delightful Teas here. We are here with our first Let's Play review. If you haven't been following us on Twitch, we were playing Dead Space. It took us about a couple of weeks to play and complete, but overall that game was really good. I'll be going into depth about my scores for this game, and we will give our overall score and what we think about it. Now, if you don't know what Dead Space is, it's a game that's set on a mining spaceship that's overrun by deadly monsters called Necromorphs. They were released following this discovery of an artifact called a marker. It's referred to a lot in the game. And so you are playing Isaac. He has to go through the spaceship and he has to fight these mutants. While he tries to save the spaceship, tries to get the marker loaded so they can destroy it. Now there are a lot of plot twists, so you'll have to watch the trailer, which is in the description below, to find out more about the game. And you will have to play the game, or if you want to follow me on Twitch, go right ahead and watch my VODs on that. Now, let's get into some of the scores. So, I'm going to rate the function of the game, the story, the camera motion, the graphics, and the gameplay. For the function of the game, I gave it a 7 out of 10 because the controls were pretty normal, but it was a bit of a challenge to remember how to do some stuff, just because they were so similar. So, for example, if you want to jump, it's left trigger and A. I was playing on controller, by the way. If you want to reload, left trigger plus Y. And if you want to use a stasis recharge station or an oxygen recharge station, it would be left trigger plus X. So obviously all of them use left trigger, but then you have to use the little A, Y, and X. Now that got a little bit confusing, especially when you're under pressure. The story I found was phenomenal, so I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was very captivating. Right at the beginning, I was dragged in, and I continuously wanted to just keep playing and find out more about this marker that was mentioned throughout the storyline. I was really curious, and I did have a lot of theories on what happened, why the ship was taken over, whether or not it was planned, or if they just happened to stumble upon it. They did throw you for quite a lot of plot twists, though. And the only confusing thing about this game was the ending, when our wife tried to attack us once we escaped everything and everyone. There's no spoilers, that's all I'm gonna say. But normally, I'm not into sci-fi that much, but this game was done very well. I loved this game so much. The camera motion, I did find that the camera motion was a bit wonky just because this game was done in third person with your character off to the left side of the screen. So it did take some getting used to, but it was frustrating while we were getting used to it because you have the pressure of the mutants after you, you have the pressure of getting everything done. And with your character being off to the side of the screen and you being in third person, when it comes to fighting and shooting, you're gonna have to change your aim a little bit. It's not gonna be right down the center. Again, it took about another stream or two to get used to getting my aim down. But after that, I was pretty good. I was fine. You do still miss sometimes, or at least I did. The graphics, I am giving a 9 out of 10. But I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because I'm keeping in mind that this game was released in 2008. And for the year that it was released, the graphics are phenomenal for its time. They were a bit pixelated, but I liked the vibe that it gave to the game. And the team did an amazing job at making it really gory and just full of detail. I do think the only thing that they could improve on are the glitches here and there, but I'm just being nitpicky because I don't have anything else to criticize about it. And lastly, the gameplay, I'm giving a 7 out of 10. It was pretty easy to understand and grasp. If I got lost or if I forgot what I was doing because we ended streams and then in a couple days we played again, all you have to do is just hit your right analog and it will show you the path on where you have to go. There are puzzles on each chapter, and I did find that the further that we went, the more difficult they became. Some were even too difficult, so I did need help. The level design was really straightforward. And the game was pretty easy to get around, all in all. Admittedly, though, it was frustrating when I got to levels where I couldn't figure out where to go or what to do, and I would just continuously die either to mechanisms on the ship or to the mutants. The storyline, the pixelation, and the challenges are all pros, in my opinion. The pixelation added to the atmosphere of the game. The storyline, like I said, it was phenomenal. And the challenges, they weren't too hard, even though some of them you struggle. It was oh, okay, yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. It was right there. The cons are that you could tell it was dated by the graphics. Some of the puzzles were a bit too hard, and I didn't care for the third person being off to the left side of the screen too much. Honestly though, I am not into sci-fi a lot, and I actually fall asleep during sci-fi movies, but this game knew how to keep me captivated with the storyline. It was more than just a sci-fi game, it was more of a psychological thriller to me, so it kept me thinking, it kept me wondering about this marker. Why it was there, what it was doing to them, why did they want it to do that? So, even though it's a sci-fi game, there was a little bit of a love story behind it. It's not prominent, but it was a cute love story. And the action and jump scares just kept me on my toes. They made it for a super fun experience, so my overall score for this game is an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and stay kinky, my little naughties.